and welcome to the Messed Up to Setups podcast. I am Michael Halcomb, and once again in the house with me is comedian Brandon Latack. You are not going to want to miss this because he's going to bring an original joke, tell us the story behind it. We're going to workshop it, then we're going to make up some jokes on the spot. So stick around, stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Let's go.
It's all messed up, yeah, everything's messed up. We're going from this mess up to the next setup. Everything seems so messed up, but it's just our setup.
This is the Messed Up to Setups podcast. I'm comedian Michael Halcomb. Here with me, Brandon Latack. Brandon, how's it?
What's going on?
Hey, just enjoying this comedy. Been a lot of podcasting for me lately, trying to, get some fun people on here to talk to. So thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. So for you folks watching or listening, if you didn't see part one of me and Brandon chatting, go check that out. It's on the Messed Up to Setups, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, michaelhalcomb.live, all of that. And then come back and watch this, or just watch this and then go watch that one or listen to it. So Brandon, in this one, you're going to bring us a joke. Yeah, let's hear it, and then we can talk about it.
Okay, for sure. So I'll tell you the premise at first, and then we can kind of build the foundation of the joke. And yeah.
All right.
So when I just moved to Minnesota, I'm originally from Michigan. When I moved to Minnesota, I started playing hockey, and I got put on this random team. I play goalie. So before the season, I get a heads up that they pay for a head coach. The head coach wears like a sweatsuit, the kind, when you walk, it's like like
Right.
that. So then
windbreaker. We used to call that
windbreaker.
a windbreaker.
Yeah, windbreaker. Yeah. Basically this hockey team was insane. It was a men's league hockey team. And then I get this email that says, all right, we want everybody there 2 hours before the game so we can all stretch as a team. And these are like grown adults that have jobs.
Dude.
So I'm telling my coworkers this, and they're like, no way, we don't believe it. So I forward them the email, and they're like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. So I go into the game, I open the locker room, and everyone goes, Brando. This is the first time I've ever met these people. So I'm like, what are they doing? Whatever. They can call me Brando. Then I get on the ice and I'm stretching. They go, guys, come on, Brando. They all jump off the bench and start hitting me in the leg pads and butt. I look over at my wife like, what on earth is going on? Whenever I make a save and the whistle blows, they'll all start hitting me in the butt with their hockey sticks. And this goes on all year. And so I'm telling my coworkers about this all year long. They think it's crazy. And they're like, Brandon, all right, at this point, we don't believe you. We think you're just making this stuff up. I have my wife in the stands shooting video of this happening. So fast forward, it's at the end of the season and we're all having lunch and someone goes, hey, Brandon, you know that, the hockey team, how they call you Brando and they hit you in the butt whenever you make a save? I'm like, yeah. They're like, well, that email you forwarded, we got all our email addresses. We made a fake email in your name. And we sent him a note saying it would really pump me up if you called me Brando and you hit my butt after every save. So they knew what was going on, and I was recording it for them and sending it to them.
Dude.
That was a good prank.
Dude, there's so many layers to that. That's funny, right? So many layers to that, to peel back. That's good stuff. And ultimately, you have two things going on in that story, right? The one is to do with your hockey, like signing up for a hockey team, and like the absurdity of practicing and getting there 2 hours early and all that jazz. And
Yeah.
then the other is the coworker bit,
Yeah.
which is funny how they prank you. So you have like a multi-level or layered joke going on here, which is like some great comedy. It's funny stuff, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so where like take us back to, and this is a true story. Like I'm
This
sure
is
there's some embellishing, but
this is 100% true story.
100% true. All right, so take us back to the beginning of the joke,
Okay.
and where that starts.
Yep. So I started to build the foundation for it. So like crazy hockey team told my coworkers, sent an email to prove that the team is crazy. Team started hitting my butt and called me Brando. Goes on for a year. Coworkers tell me that they were in on this, and that's why they were doing it.
I wonder, like, so the thing that immediately jumps out to me here is them smacking your butt and calling you Brando, right?
Yeah.
It might be funny, like if you were following somebody in a comedy show, for example, when it's your turn to come up on stage and you get the mic to be like, so and so like just smacked me on the butt on the way up here and called me Brando, right? Like or even just did like, dude, do you guys see that on the way up here? Comedian ABC like just smacked me on the butt, and then it's like a callback later in your set. Like,
Oh.
what if you take the like escalate this and frame it in a way of like you can't figure out, like people just keep smacking you on the butt all the time.
Oh, like the thing keeps going. Like it's
Yeah, like and so that's where like the embellishing would come in. I think that's kind of a funny idea. Like you're coming up and you're like, dude, like no matter where I go, like people are smacking me in the butt. Like I don't get it, right? So I don't know if that like ruins the joke, but that's like a funny idea to me as well. All right, so let's back up. You join a men's hockey team.
Yep.
So like immediately I'm wondering like why, I want to know why you did that.
So I guess I grew up playing hockey.
But like why did you do it as a you in your 30s? Like, yeah, how old are you?
Yeah, but I was in my 20s, like low 20s at the time.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have to know that, but
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you could
right.
make it like you were in your 30s or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Like
want to get some exercise. All I wanted was some exercise.
Yeah, so I think that's funny, like starting out because there's like two bits here almost. Like I want to know why you joined the men's hockey team. How old are you again? Like
I'm 40.
you're 40.
Yeah.
So I'm 40, and recently, even though it wasn't recent, I think it's funnier if you're older. I'm 40 and recently joined a men's hockey team. Okay.
Or a few years. I'll just say a few years ago.
So I want an absurd reason why you joined the hockey team. So there's immediately a punchline opportunity there. Like, I'm 40 and I recently joined a men's hockey team. Not for the hockey, just to see some other 40-year-old men. I don't know. Like, what would be a reason, like a funny reason? And here's another thing. Like, I'm 40 and I recently joined a men's hockey team. Reason, and then you're like, I knew it was the right team because our team name is Midlife Crisis on Ice or something like that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You could have a funny team name.
Yeah.
So like immediately you're getting like two jokes out of the gate right there.
Right. That's a reason why. It could almost, so
I joined the hockey team. I'm 40. I recently joined the hockey team. So when my wife punches me, I can fight back. Like that's a funny image there of like, because in hockey, right, you guys are always
yeah,
fighting.
yeah.
Um,
They or like an excuse of why I have a black eye
right.
type thing.
Okay, that's funny. Um, yeah. So I wanna like couple jokes right off. I want to know why you joined it.
Yeah.
Tell me your team name. And then um, so what comes after you joined it, right? So is there more before you get to the prank? Like, or not
Well,
really?
yeah. So that's when I'm finding out. Like, I sign up, they randomly put me on this team. Then I'm finding out how crazy this team is. Like,
Yes, that's right.
yeah.
Um,
So we got the coach with like wearing a windbreaker. We've got team practices. Um, and
right.
I could almost position it as like I signed up to play goalie. So my wife would, or no, I signed up for hockey to think, like some, because my wife wanted me to get exercise. I play goalie, so I only have to stand there or something.
Right.
And then,
um, yeah, I like that. I play goalie, so I only have to stand. I don't know how to skate. I don't know how to hold a stick. Like
yeah,
literally, I just stand there.
yeah.
um,
And it's actually better the bigger I am, the bigger I get. So,
um, yeah. So then you have you join and it gets crazy. So like these guys like they hired a coach, right?
they
They
hired a
expect
coach.
me to be there 2 hours before every game.
Yeah.
They blank. So what's a third like absolutely like bonkers thing or like a misdirect here? Um that you could do like a third thing because that you got two really good hockey things there. They hired a coach and they want to be there 2 hours early. I think it's also funny after you do that, like they want to stretch together, like, and the idea of like men in their 40s stretching together
Yeah.
is really funny too. Um, so
Yeah. That's a little off
I'm
too.
like
Yeah.
throwing a lot out, but I'm just like
Yeah.
trying to.
So I almost think do we save the stretching because that's the email I got?
Ah,
And then I forward that like that's a last
okay,
straw where I
it gives it
forward it
away.
on to my coworkers. But we've got the coach and we've got practices. Like they want me to practice. And yeah, a third thing, coach, practice, and
Um, so I think it's so you can't do the. So here's another one. After you've got those two, the triple. So
yeah.
you're like they want us to show up 2 hours before the game to stretch
Mm-hmm.
and stay 2 hours after the game for team shower. Right, that's kind of
Oh yeah,
funny.
there you go.
The, the team shower is hilarious. Um, what are like some
They call it bonding.
so like when I think of a hockey, I think of like pucks, ice, sticks, fighting. So I'm trying to like think of some of the other like hockey things that you could work in there.
High sticking. Let's see, like that's like a
High sticking.
yeah, like
Um,
slashing, fighting, ice,
oh, what's the Zamboni? That's kind of a fun word.
Zamboni,
Um,
yep.
yeah. Your kids come to the game, but not to see you, to see the Zamboni. Um,
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's too predictable of a thing, like talking about Zambonis, but it's a funny word, dude. Um, so yeah, I'm 40. I recently joined a hockey team. All right, so I think you got a lot
Yeah.
of
I think that's
opportunity there.
pretty good there. Yeah.
And
And
then there's like a transition into your work colleagues playing a prank on you. And how does that transition work again? You've told me a couple times, but
yeah, so basically I'm telling my coworkers how crazy this team is. They say, yeah, right. There's no way they're that crazy. I think you're embellishing this. So I forward an email on to them to prove it.
Okay, so there's a lot there. Like, I think you got a chance for a couple jokes, right? Like, they want me to show up 2 hours before, stay 2 hours after. Reasons
Uh-huh.
why. Like, my coworkers don't believe me when I'm telling them all this. So I forward them an email, and then there's an opportunity there.
Of embellishing, like I've embellished before. What crazy thing have I embellished before? Maybe.
Yeah, or something that just popped into my mind, like an inappropriate email. Like I forwarded them an email, it was the wrong one. Then I resent
Oh,
it was an email nobody was supposed to see or something like that.
yeah.
And then like you send them the actual one where they read it. And what they do, right, is they follow it up by copying everybody on the email thread and then making up an email for you.
Yeah. So they
Dude,
literally,
it's so detailed. Yeah.
yeah. So they created the account blatack@yahoo.com.
Oh gosh. Dude.
This is a side note. Another crazy thing. My boss would be like, "Hey, I emailed you. You never got back to me." Several times, and I go, "Well, check your email. Well, who'd you send it to?" And she'd be like, "Oh, blatack@yahoo.com." So like she was in on it too. Like, yeah, I don't have access to blatack@yahoo.com.
Dude,
You
that's
crackheads
funny.
do.
So they set up and oh dude, it's like such an intricate story. So it's gotta be as simple as possible.
Right.
Right. I wonder, all right, here's my thinking now that I wonder if it might be better to lead with that, transition into the hockey, and then circle back to the hockey. Right.
Give me an example.
So you think of like a sandwich where you're starting with, well, you know what I'm saying? Like start with my work colleagues are, the biggest jerks. That's not funny, but like my work colleagues suck.
Yeah.
They did this to me. They set up a fake email and pranked the crap out of me, right? Give some non-hockey examples and then go into the hockey example, like about all the hockey stuff, joining hockey, and then circle back to like mention that the prank involved the hockey. Like
Later. Okay.
Like I don't know, but I'm thinking like, dude, there's so many moving parts in here.
Right.
So like everything hinges on all these details.
Yeah, and it can get convoluted quick. And
Yes.
yeah, and if you miss a detail, then you miss a story essentially.
Right. So I'm wondering if like restructuring the joke in that like sandwich manner would actually allow all of it to fit together in a more cohesive way.
So on the front end, then you're recommending almost putting them as like letting everyone know my coworkers are antagonists almost.
Yes, dude. You could get the audience. Anybody else hate their coworkers? Anybody else's
everyone will
coworkers
raise
suck?
their hand.
Yeah, everybody's gonna know that. And they're like, here's what my coworkers did to me: set up a fake email for a year and like acted like me. Give some examples, non-hockey, like you just mentioned your boss, and then transition gently into the hockey bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then circle back like at the end to bridge those two together. So like, I'm on this hockey team. My coworkers start emailing my hockey team. Like first they're emailing your boss and then they're emailing your hockey team, right?
Oh, so sorry. My boss, yeah, we could do it that way. My boss was actually just BCC'd on everything. So everyone was BCC'd on everything so they could watch the show. Because that hockey team would actually reply and like they were conversing back and forth like as me and asking for crazier stuff.
So I think Yeah, just in my opinion, now like having heard the joke a couple times, like
Yeah.
I think that would work better, dude. Like starting off with anybody coworker hate their coworkers. Mine suck. They pranked me by setting up this email. I joined a hockey team, and they kept, they used the email at work, and then I joined a hockey team and was telling them about it. They started emailing my hockey team, right?
Yeah.
So they're getting you at work, and then they're getting you at hockey. I I think that allows the joke to be less convoluted.
Okay, cool. Because they know on the front end what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, cool. I didn't even think of it
yeah.
that
I
way.
don't know. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't.
Yeah.
But it's
I
like that's one of the exercises that I like. If I've written some jokes, I will just try to start rearranging them.
yeah.
Sometimes if it doesn't feel, if the flow seems to be missing,
Yeah.
like I'll just start rearranging crap. And sometimes like it works. Like yeah. So
Yeah. Because you're right. The entire joke hinges on the audience knowing like about but is the email part, is that the punchline, the major punchline though? Like, because that's a surprise for me as well.
yeah, I mean, I wonder how you could conceal that. I would say work on getting the stuff tight, and then see if you can conceal that somehow, that you're naive to it. But I think the
Yeah.
joke works without you being. Well, I mean, you say on the front end, right? My coworkers set up this email and were pranking me at work. Then
Hmm.
it bled into my life, like my personal life. They started pranking my hockey team. Or like, I don't know. So like, I think that's funny, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that your work colleagues did that to you. It's hilarious.
Yeah. It was,
Um,
I had to give it to him. I mean, it was great.
and for a year, dude, that's like commitment.
Yeah.
Like, um, yeah. Okay. And you could even make jokes about that. Like, the only reason like two of my colleagues stayed at work at this job, at this company, was so they could keep the joke going.
Right.
Right.
Like they got better offers. Like they were,
Right.
they were offered $250,000 for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
But they wanted to see the thing through.
one guy's family moved to Florida, but he stayed behind just so like he could continue the prank, like, so like that's funny. Like
And
their commitment. Yeah.
looking at it retrospectively, why didn't I at any point say, hey, why are they calling me? Like, why didn't I ask the team, why do you guys call me this? And then why do you pat me on the butt every save? Like, but I just went with it the entire time. Like, this is weird, but this team does a million weird things. So this is just one of them, you know?
And it's also like, what else? I think this is funny. Like, what else would you let people
Oh,
do to
yeah.
you? Like, how far do you let that go before you like speak up and say something? Right?
Yeah, that's true. Cause like if I was on a train and someone sat on my lap, I'd probably like I'd let it go. Kind of, I'd just be like, what this is weird, whatever.
Uh,
It's not hurting me. But yeah,
right. Yeah. So that's like another a funny angle to
that is
think
funny.
about. Um, Yeah, I also like think about like would call it a cutback. Like what, like you could do like a contrast here with like how did people like prank their work colleagues before email? Like how did cavemen like prank each other on the job? Like that's funny. Like they're hunting. So that those like cutbacks are always interesting to me.
Or
Pranking.
or like a typewriter even. Like they misspell it. Damn it. Gotta go.
Doesn't like the pranking is like as old as time, dude. Like it's so. I mean, even in the Bible, dude. Like within like the first four chapters, you have major pranks. Like the second prank that happens in the Bible, or maybe the third, is like it goes so awry that one brother kills another brother. Like it's like funny. Um,
Was it eating the apple? Is that a prank?
Yeah, I mean, I think in a way that's the serpent pranks Eve. Eve ends up pranking Adam, and then like Adam and Eve's first kids, Cain and Abel, one of them essentially pranks the other, gets makes him jealous, so he kills his brother. And then like the whole book of Genesis, if you guys go read the book of Genesis through the lens of pranking, it's hilarious because like for essentially 50 chapters, it's all family members from one family line just like pranking each other. Like, yeah, it's a fun way to read the book. Um, this whole like trickster motif. Yeah.
So this is a dumb question, but like you bring up the book of Genesis or some. So like when you go to a hotel and there's a Holy Bible in there, is that the whole? Are there more books in that Bible, or like what are we getting with that book?
That's funny. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes there's a whole Bible. Usually it's what's called a Gideon's New Testament. And then the Jehovah Witnesses like saw, that's pretty slick that the Protestants have been doing that. So they started getting their Watchtower, Jehovah's Witnesses literature in there. The Book of Mormon, for example. Oh, sorry, that's not Jehovah's Witnesses. It's the Mormons that noticed this. And then the Jehovah's Witnesses did follow on, so they get like Watchtower magazine and stuff in there. So the Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses followed the lead of the Protestants and getting all the. So now you have essentially like three religious choices. I'm surprised the Quran is not in there yet, but
So they're sliding them in the hotel dressers. Then you're saying?
I mean they have permission to do it usually.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's usually the New Testament, the Gideon's New Testament. Sometimes the Gideon's New Testament plus the Psalms, and then sometimes the Gideon's Bible. The Gideons were just like a bunch of their mission, sort of in the United States, like in the last 200, 300, 400 years. Has I don't know how long they've been around, but to get as many Bibles to as many people as possible.
So the one in the hotel room, that's usually like abbreviated.
Usually, it's usually
Okay.
just a New Testament or
Okay.
New Testament and Psalms.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, how you feel about some of those some of that workshopping stuff?
Good. I think I had before this, I had no direction to go because it's kind of a beast of a story,
Yes.
kind of like you said, there's so many things playing. But now I feel like I have a pretty good direction to go with it. So it was pretty helpful. Thank you.
Right on. Yeah. I like so much of joke writing, right? Especially for bits or like, stories, like comes back to the question of like how we're framing something.
Mm.
That's like something I've been thinking a lot about lately. And so I probably am overusing that language on the podcast episodes, but it really, so much of it hinges on those initial first few words and how we frame the entire thing. Right.
It's a good point. It's almost how we communicate with each other too, just in general. So if there's a confrontation and
Right.
if you start off with, you do this, I hate this, probably not going to be a great there's not going to be much of a resolution, but if you
Yeah.
come at it tactfully, then there's a better kind of like jokes
Yeah,
too.
that's good. I was thinking like you just made me think of like it might be a good tactic or strategy to like sometimes approach joke writing as if you're gossiping or starting the rumor mill. So like when you tell a rumor, you
Mm-hmm.
come up to somebody like, "Hey, dude, did you hear about Jeff? Did you hear what Jeff did?" Like so, you've already framed it, and as you're probably gonna be more. Dude, did you hear what Jeff did to the microwave in the break room?
Oh, so you're kind of building intrigue
Yeah,
off the
yeah.
bat. Yeah.
Exactly. That first sentence, or the first few words. You hear what Jeff did in the break room, and usually you'll have right there an opportunity for a punch. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but I think was it in this episode or the first one? I think the first one where we were talking like the same strategy I use when you're when you're crafting a bit. You're 100% right. Write the story without being funny, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then go back in and add those punches.
Yep.
So, but framing is like so important.
Because it almost tells what direction the story is gonna go, or what direction you want to lead them to before
Yeah,
yanking them back.
and if you frame well, then that also sets you up to do misdirects well.
100%. Yeah.
Um,
You almost need a good frame for the misdirect to work.
yeah, I'm gonna try that idea of imagine. I'm gonna try to write a joke at some point, and imagine I'm starting a rumor mill, gossiping, and see how I don't know the framing goes and the joke writing goes after that.
And with the delivery, you could almost deliver it a little bit of a whisper or quieter too,
Yeah. So I think in our messed up or our other podcast, the pro laugh podcast. I was in one of those recent ones. I think it was one we did most recently. I was sharing a joke I've been working on about the Amish, right,
Oh
lifting
yeah.
this barn.
Yep.
Like, so now I'm like thinking about how I framed that. Like, I saw a video of 150 Amish men lifting a barn. I think that's a good frame. Um, no, no electricity, definitely steroids. So I think that's a good misdirect there in a way. Like, and the framing is good on that. But thinking about telling it as like from the perspective of gossip or something is intriguing to me.
Or could you almost be like, do you see what the Amish are doing? Almost like that. Because then it's like, what?
Scandalous.
Yeah. What are they doing? They're they're lifting barns.
It's funny to think about like people like the neighbors to the Amish have to like start chaining their barns down because they'll wake up and like
They're stealing barns.
yeah,
That's
the
what they're
barn's
doing.
missing, dude. Yeah, or talk about like like Amish like go next level with their pranks. Like brother Ezekiel, you want to get him good, so you move his barn in the middle of the night, right? That's kind of funny too.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your barns.
Yeah, right. Hide your barns. Anyways, well, let's play around with some random joke prompts. So if you're watching or listening, you're gonna see this. Well, if you're watching, you're gonna see this pop up. If you're listening, you're not. Just hang tight. You'll be able to follow anyways. So if you guys go to michaelhalcomb.live, my website, by the way, when you're there, subscribe, and scroll down, you're gonna see a social tab, and I got a lot of links there to all my social stuff. But right near the bottom, I have 3 links that say, "Crap, the Joke Writers Lab," right? And it's not like working for me. Right there, the 3 links that say the Joke Writers Lab. The first one is my online joke writing course on Udemy. It's about 4.5 hours of joke writing. The second is a private Facebook group. So if you want to get in on that, you guys join that. We workshop jokes over there. It's kind of slow right now, but it's good. It's free. The third one is the link I'm most interested for this episode because it's joke writing exercises. And I've created a bunch of these. So if you click that link, it's going to open a new page, a new website I've created. And there's a bunch of activities or exercise I've coded here for joke writing. Jokes from headlines, cliches, roasting, lists, fallacies, rhetoric, structures, punches, setups, acronyms, triples, new rules, this kind of stuff. So let's do the one from headlines. And the way this dynamic news prompt generator works is if I click generate prompt, it's going to pull a headline from some headline that was live today somewhere in the world from some news media outlet.
That's brilliant.
Yes. So, for example, Andrew Cuomo test drives a warmer, friendlier version of himself. And these are down at the bottom. If you hit start writing challenge, it'll open up this box. You can start timing, and you are timed. We're comedians. We work on a clock. So I'm going to hit start writing challenge, and Brandon, you and I can just bounce back and forth with jokes or ideas. Feel free to interrupt too if something comes. So here we go. A minute on the clock. Andrew Cuomo test drives a warmer, friendlier version of himself. Let's see. His I don't know. Miss Cuomo test drove a car and wrecked it. I don't know. That's not funny at all. Go ahead.
Tanning. I think of something about like tanning salon with him. I feel like he's always like tan or something, which is like heat.
Okay. Andrew Cuomo test drives a warmer, friendlier version of himself in a tanning salon. That's interesting. Andrew Cuomo
Who's his
test
brother?
drives a warmer, friendlier version of himself. Critics suggest Elon should do the same. I don't know.
Who's his brother? Chris Cuomo?
I have no idea, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Cuomo test drives a warmer, friendlier version of himself, and leading lawmakers to create Cuomo crash test dummies. I don't know. Let's go to a different one. Let's see. Physician associates need new job title, says review. I don't think that's funny. Let's see. A lot of these are about major political things going on in the world today, and I'm not going to go into some of those. But
What was the
another,
BBC?
I'm disappointed, but not done with Putin. Trump tells BBC. Yeah, we can do that one. Hit start. I'm disappointed, but not done with Putin. Trump tells BBC. Same thing Hillary said about Bill.
Says Shaquille O'Neal. Explains Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm disappointed, but not done with Putin. Trump tells BBC.
Oh yeah.
BBC replies, "We're disappointed and done with you."
I'm disappointed,
yes.
but not done.
This is challenging. I feel a little rusty on these, but let's keep going. I'm disappointed, but not done with Putin. Trump tells BBC.
Oh, what about like almost like they're playing a game like Candyland or something?
At the end of Uno.
Yeah, at the end of Uno. Yeah.
Nice. Let's do a different activity here. Jokes from cliches. And as I always say when we're doing these, like this isn't the goal isn't to come up with the funniest thing, like the earth-shattering joke. It's just to come up with something. Like I created these so that when I'm like in a rut or stumped or writer's block, I don't know if writer's block's really a thing, but like that kind of idea, I'll come here and get the creative juices going. These will, just prompts. So cliches is pulling from thousands of cliches, like a list of thousands of cliches. Join the ranks, for example, on the back burner, so on and so forth. So our task here is just to try to come up with some jokes based on the cliche that we come up with. Gag me with a spoon. Let's see. Glutton for punishment. I don't know. Beat swords into plowshares. That's a Bible verse. If you see one you like here, just tell me and we'll pick over the ruins. Let's do that one.
Okay. Pick over the ruins.
Jokes on that. Pick over the ruins. What I said after my last marriage. I don't know. I've only been married once. I've never been divorced. But joke.
What does pick over the ruins mean?
Pick through the leftovers after some disaster.
Oh, just that? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you can make it mean whatever you want for the sake of a joke.
Oh, sure. I just didn't want to say what the actual thing was too.
Pick over the ruins. How I feel every time I'm driving through West Virginia. I don't know.
Pick over the ruins.
Pick over the ruins. Latest item on the Arby's menu. I don't know.
I'm horrible at this, dude.
just go
Brutal.
for it.
Pick over the ruins.
Okay, let's try another one. Let's see. Rack your brains. All been out of shape. I don't know. See if we can get anything out of this.
All right.
All bent out of shape. All bent out of shape. Um, Chris Christie's latest campaign slogan. All bent out of shape. Um, the name for Trump's latest haircut. I don't know.
All
All
bent
bent
out
out
of
of
shape.
shape.
Let's do
What do you
another
get?
one.
Okay, keep going. By the same token, give and take. Let's see. On pins and needles.
All right, there we go. This should be good.
um, on pins and needles. The name of my Narcotics Anonymous group.
Oh, that's funny.
I finally got a laugh on one.
There we go. That is funny.
Let's try another activity here. So we got jokes. Are you comfortable roasting or no? Like,
Oh, sure.
okay. So this,
I have
this
a
is
feeling it just can
random-
be yo mama jokes the entire time, but
All right. So this is the random image roast generator that I've created, and it just shows a random image of a random person. Yeah. So we can click some of these and yeah, go from there. So let's see. Here we go. That's a good one. Start roasting challenge. Boom. Um, uh, I'm thinking about something about how crooked his nose is, dude.
yeah, it kind of looks like if Gonzo had a trust fund or something.
There you go, dude. If Gonzo had a trust fund, that's brilliant. If what is something like Doogie Howser like related here? You know who Doogie Howser is?
No, who's that?
Oh, the he was like he's Neil Patrick Harris, but he had a show called Doogie Howser when I was growing up. He was a kid on the show, but he was a kid genius, so he was a medical doctor in an actual hospital.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah. I didn't think anymore for him. Let's see. There we go. Start roasting.
What is that? Is that an Academy Award?
It looks like it. Yeah, an Academy Award.
She looks just as shocked as everybody else that she won that thing.
That moment you buy an Academy Award from Goodwill. Let's do another one. Here you go.
Here's your venti cappuccino.
Yes.
It's
Want
going to ask you a few questions.
to see my latest tat? Anybody seen my backpack? Yeah. Let's see.
That looked like me.
Here we go. Let's do one more.
This guy looks too old to be doing that
Yes,
hand
he does. I've never wanted more for somebody to actually poke his eyes out. Looks like he lost. Kind of looks like he lost the other two fingers. Let's go on. There you go.
High forehead.
Yes.
That's a 5 head.
Yeah. he's got bigger waves than Hawaii. Let's see. Yes. Dude, his forehead is huge.
Well, especially you pull your hair back like that, like you need bangs or something, you know?
Right.
That thing.
Dude, he's like He's trying to show that forehead off, dude.
Yeah, that's his asset.
Yeah,
La-
right.
Does he have a
Ladies
job?
love,
No, but you should see his forehead.
yeah, ladies love the forehead. Yeah, so these are fun, dude. Like, just all right. We'll do one more here. Finish the finish the setup. Okay, so what I did was I took like thousands of jokes or more, and these are jokes actual comedians have written, and I kept the setup, but I cut off the punchline. So our job then is to like come up with a punchline for somebody else's setup, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so over the last week, the White House has had 3 security scares. All right. Over the last week, the White House has had 3 security scares. Um, a bomb threat, someone jumping the fence, and Trump's haircut. I don't know. It's low hanging fruits.
Security scares. So security.
Over the last week, the White House has had 3 security scares. Yeah. Over the last week, the White House has had 3 security scares. Yeah, a bomb threat, someone hopped the fence, and Biden forgot to charge his auto pin. I don't know.
Did you the funniest thing was when when it was really tense with Iran, and then and then like everyone's waiting to see what Trump's gonna do or something, and then he tweets about those flagpoles.
I didn't see that. No.
Okay, yeah, it was like really tense, and he's like, "I want to let everyone know 2 flagpoles are going up on the White House." It's like, wait, what? We're gonna talk about that? It was just like the timing was so funny.
That's funny.
All right.
It's being reported that Steven Tyler and his fiance are breaking up. It's also being reported that no one cares. It's just,
That's Aerosmith.
Yeah, yep. It's being reported that Steven Tyler and his fiance are breaking up. Cause of the breakup, he kept stealing her lip gloss. Let's see. He had bigger lips than her. Cause of the breakup, he had bigger lips than her.
Or yeah, better hair too.
He had better hair than her. It's being reported. Let's do another one. The Super Bowl is this weekend, and this year, for the first time ever, the Super Bowl will not have cheerleaders. For the first time ever, the Super Bowl will not have cheerleaders. And for the first time ever, fans said, the Super Bowl's had cheerleaders? Let's see. Also, for the first time ever, people will be cheering during the Super Bowl. Super
Or you
Bowls
can
are
go the
usually-
other way, like, and for the first time ever, tickets are available.
And for the first time ever, tickets are available. And for the first time ever, husbands will not have to worry about being slapped by their wives. Yeah. So, anyways, it's a fun exercises, I think, to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, challenging for sure. People get nervous. This is like the one thing when I'm like inviting people to come on here, they like always like comment about how this makes them nervous. So I get it. It's challenging to do it on the spot, but it's a good exercise to do as well. So
Yeah, in the moment, it's it's crazy because it's like if you just said, "All right, yeah, let's write some jokes or something," then I feel like it's more like, okay, yeah, whatever. But as soon as you put a time limit on it, then it's like, oh my gosh,
It's good though, like right because we're timed on stage.
And crowd work too. You've got to, you can't just be like, let me think.
Exactly. And then, also with that, like as a comedian, when you got shows coming up, you have deadlines, dude, that you got to have stuff ready.
Mm-hmm.
And so working on a clock is good.
That
Yeah.
actually happened to me on it was my second show even. It was an open mic, second open mic. Um, I have a 23andMe joke. Person right before me had a 23andMe joke. So I'm like, oh
Ooh.
shoot, I'm gonna have to burn this right now and not do it. And then, I was brand new, so I didn't have that much material. So I had to kind of think of something on the spot to fill that time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes the improv like hits, something that hit hard. Sometimes it doesn't. I think like out of all those, I only got one good laugh from you from my punches. But again, the point of that isn't even to really make great jokes. It's just to
Mhm.
generate content. Like
When you're
that's
doing crowd work, do you find that, let's say, because sometimes you'll find something to say funny and sometimes you won't.
yeah.
Does the crowd know that you tried to be funny there and you didn't? Or is it like, oh, he's just talking
Yeah, I
almost?
think so. I mean, I think they can tell when you went for something and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Um, and that's a thing that I've been trying, like a code I've been trying to crack, so to speak, for a while now. We mentioned before how there's like a general joke structure.
Yep.
I think there is also an underlying structure to doing crowd work. And so this is something that I've been like studying in depth, like I would like the way that like doctors study for like to find a cure for like I've been studying how does this work, like how's the crowd, and I'm learning there are some different techniques to use, but I've been trying to piece together what is the basic generic underlying template for crowd work.
It's
Um,
almost like, it almost feels like you're asked to write a misdirection off the cuff a little bit. So
right,
they tell you something, everyone thinks this is what it means, but then you come up with a misdirection on that. And the
right.
surprise is the joke almost.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean that's kind of joke writing is an obsession for me, and then like a sub obsession of that is how does what is the engine that drives crowd work?
Yeah.
So, I'm still working on that, and I think I've got a handle on it. Um, but yeah, still trying to work on that and figure it out. Like, I'm like more cerebral and like scientific in my approach to stand up comedy than a lot of people are.
Mm.
So I think, like you were mentioning, it kind of gives you joke writing. Taking those classes gave you a little bit of an edge on maybe people who had already been doing open mics for a while,
Yeah.
right? And you and I have talked before in the Pro Laugh podcast about how one of the main problems is people just come with funny premises and no setup punch, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Or just a really long story in one punch, but it's almost like that punch has to be so good if that story is going to take 2 minutes with
right.
no laughs.
Exactly. Yep. So got to make it worth it. But I think with crowd work, it's also similar that there is an underlying default like template to how this works.
Mm.
People might disagree with me and think I'm crazy for saying that, but I am interested in the like science of it. So I don't know.
Do you
People
feel
can take.
that, yeah, do you feel that, because a lot of times the method is you ask somebody something that it'll be really easy for them to reach in their brain to tell you. So what kind of car do you drive? Where do you work? Are you guys married? Things like that. Do you
Yeah.
believe in that? Or can you pull more things out of people or stay with the things they'll know?
Yeah, I mean, I do think like keeping it simple, and I've noticed a trend like, so you want to typically lead with like a question of curiosity, right? And you want you want in general for them to keep their answers between like 1 to 3, maybe 4 words,
Mm, mm-hmm.
right? And so Sometimes it'll be longer than that, but like a really short answer, and you just want to keep like doing that sort of thing. And with every like 3 to 4 words they give you, you're able to like build on that. So I feel like I'm getting more and more of a handle on like the flow for crowd work. Um, yeah, so we'll see.
Interesting.
Like, yeah, yeah, but this is good stuff. Well, man, thanks for coming on and doing a second episode. For those of you who want to, I encourage you to go check out brandocomedy.com. You can see Brandon's upcoming performances, see some of the podcast episodes and whatnot. brandocomedy.com. And after you've done that, head over to michaelhalcomb.live. You can see all the Joke Writers Lab, the Udemy course, the link to the private Facebook group, and those activities that we were doing just a bit ago. So lots of other stuff on there. Daily blog, just with always with a bend toward comedy, whether it's performing, writing jokes, funny stories, whatever. Podcasts. There's a ton of material on there. And I think that's only been up 6 months, 7 months at this
Dang,
point. So
that's pretty good.
Tons of material on there. Yes, so check that out, and it'd be great if you'd follow this podcast, Messed Up the Setups, and click that on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, all that, and check out the Pro Laugh podcast as well. Brandon, dude, good to see you. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching and listening. We're going to stop there and say we hope that helps.
It's all messed up, yeah. Everything's messed up. We're going from this mess up to the next setup. Everything seems so messed up, but it's just our setup.